Hello, my name is Joanna Kikeo, aka Jokobacco. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I'm going to chat over a recorded drawing of my original character, Elliot. So grab your drawing tools and draw with me. I've been in a bit of an art block lately, so I started off with a simple headshot of Elliot to get started before sketching out a pose. I don't know if it's due to COVID depression or because I'm antsy and anxious to start new projects in my career. The thing about the publishing industry is that it's slow, like really slow. Compared to working in webcomics, it's such a huge difference. Webcomics was so fast-paced that it was actually detrimental to my mental health. Because as a creator, I really wanted to meet the demands of my readers, and that generally meant that they wanted at least 2 updates a month. My updates would translate to about 2 to 3 pages for every update. It also didn't help that I didn't pre-plan my webcomic, and that was definitely my bad, but originally I was just making the webcomic for fun, and then it turned into a monetary gain, and yeah. There are loads of webcomic creators that do create their stories ahead of time though, and they definitely can keep up to date with that update schedule. Usually they're able to update twice a week. With the way that my life was going at the time that I was creating webcomics, it wasn't really doable for me to create such a fast-paced update schedule that many webcomic creators follow, mainly due to my financial situation at the time and what I was going through. I was kind of juggling 3 jobs at the same time, so I definitely wasn't a path that I ended up fully taking, and I ended up taking time off from webcomics and ultimately quitting webcomics, and here I am now today. Some of my favorite webcomics are Wildlife, Witchy, and Lilith's World. I'll leave some links down below so you can check them out. There are loads of webcomics that I need to start or continue, I just need to find the time. What are some of your favorite webcomics? Please let me know in the comments. I'm always on the lookout for some more things to read. For this drawing, I wanted to do a fun pose. Whenever I feel off or in a slump, I generally like to draw Elliot in a sort of floating position. If you've been following me for a while on social media, you'll know what I mean. Speaking of social media, if you'd like to follow me over at Twitter, my handle is @Jokobacco. I also have an Instagram where I post pictures of my felt crafts, but I'm definitely more active over at Twitter where I talk about my day, my career, share some illustrations and whatnot. For this drawing, I went for a pose where he's leaping into the air. I wanted this drawing to be very low stakes. I didn't want to crush my motivation, so I wanted to purely focus on Elliot with a very minimal background. I really love drawing hands. I'm glad I found a style where I don't have to focus too heavily on accuracy and realism. I used to struggle a lot with my art style, not knowing if I wanted a more mature, a YA kind of style, or go for a more goofy, Atla-esque sort of style. I think working for a picture book company really helped me find my art style. Just having to work on books that I didn't have to create initial character designs and just draw is what really led me to the art style that you see now. If you're worried about trying to find your art style, definitely just study from art styles that you do like, and then practice anatomy, and eventually you will find your own art style. It just takes time. And I know that's frustrating to hear, but the art style that you're drawing with without copying someone's style, that is your art style. And the more you work at it, the more it'll evolve and change, and that's just how it works. Just so you know, for the tools I use, I work on a 2018 iPad Pro and draw in Procreate. The ink brush I use is the Toothy ink brush from Max Pack's comic set, and for the clouds that you'll see in a bit, I used Procreate's dry ink default brush. I tend to leave small holes in my line art, which sometimes gets frustrating when I'm dropping colors and using the reference tool. I'm still learning to remember to close my lines, but I'll get there eventually. For more detailed parts of coloring, I usually just use my brush to fill in the colors. It tends to be faster than trying to drop colors in using the fill tool for all those little nooks and crannies, for example in the shoes. When I'm rendering clouds, I like to layer dark hues of blues for the sky and pale white yellows using varying opacities to get the right look and shape of the clouds. I make sure to play with the color scale to get the right mood I want for the drawing. I generally drop in colors that are the default base colors. So for this drawing, I wanted warmer tones. I'm a sucker for them, so I decided to push the illustration to appear that Elliot is leaping into the sky at sunset. Here's the full illustration. I hope you enjoyed watching me draw. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share with your friends and family. Thank you to my patrons for supporting my videos. If you'd like a 1 week early access to my YouTube channel, please check out my Patreon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!